Hey, I'm Michelle,
And this is Natalie.
and we are Force of Light Entertainment. We wanted to do a quick video over something I've been getting to see online, a question being asked. But before that, how about you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click the thumbs up? But yesterday we did a video on discussing the new Batman, the Batman trailer, and catch that, watch that if you haven't yet. We talk about everything we love in the trailer, and we do love it. We're very excited about it. But since then, I have seen online, kind of this question. It feels like it's becoming a very common question asked amongst DC fans with new DC movies. And that is, should the Batman be rated R? And my short answer for that is going to be, and I'll let Natalie talk here in just a minute and give you her answer. My short answer is no, it should not be R. Natalie, do you already know your answer? Or are you still thinking about your answer?
I'm somewhere in the middle. You can go on.
Okay, so I think it should not be rated R, and the reason why is Batman is arguably, I would say, the most beloved comic character in definitely in the United States, and I think in many places in the world. Batman has been around for many, many decades, has been a household comic name, really like no other. And because of that, Warner Brothers DC, they're going to want to maximize their profit. So, I mean, some things I know DC is very good about allowing creators to be very creative and do kind of their own thing. But at the end of the day, things come down to money. And things, that's kind of the bottom line in this. It is a business and they have to make money. And because of that, I believe it will be rated PG-13. And, I know that this has become a thing because The Joker, which came out last year, it made $1 billion and was rated R. But it is worth pointing out that that was like the first time that an R-rated movie had ever hit the $1 billion club and made that much money. And Joker is just kind of its own special, unique thing, honestly. I mean, it was about a villain and someone becoming the villain, and it was incredibly realistic, more take on something. That's my point. It's kind of its own thing, and I don't think it can totally become, the pattern they follow. Because you do have the success of Joker, but then this year you had kind of the failure of Birds of Prey, which, and Natalie, you can say, I really don't think Birds of Prey had to be PG. It didn't have to be R. I mean, what did you think?
No, I don't think it had to be R.
That would be considered a soft R.
Yes, because really, besides language, I think that was about the only thing. Like,
Yeah,
just take
language.
a few F-bombs out or whatever, and you would have had a PG-13.
And because of that, a lot of Harley Quinn's beloved fans are girls that are 18 or under, and they weren't able to go see that movie. And I think there is no arguing that can be done that R rating hurt their box office. I'm not saying it would have been a hit had it been PG-13, but I think it would have done quite a bit better. And the point that I want to make is it didn't need to be rated R. And so I just think even from this trailer that we saw, it's definitely going to be kind of dark, kind of gritty. But the Dark Knight trilogy, which was dark and gritty, it was all PG-13. I mean, I think we have to realize you can go pretty dark in a PG-13 movie and it be more for kids that are truly 13 and up instead of being for, little kids to go see a PG-13 movie. So that's one of the reasons I just don't think they need to do that, because I think this movie it looks like it's going to be $1 billion movie. But I was saying that believing it's going to be PG-13 because here's the thing. There's going to be all kinds of kids, boys and girls, that want to see this movie that are going to be under 18 years old. Maybe they're 16, 15, 17, but they're going to be under 18, and you want to get those people in the movie multiple times. Because a lot of times, say with kids that are under 18, they may be able to get a guardian to take them once to the movie to see it, but they're not going to be able to get them to take them 2 and 3 times to see that movie, where a 16, 17-year-old could do that. So that's just kind of my thinking on this. I just don't think, again, Joker is a very special, unique thing. And I know the movie Logan with Wolverine was kind of its own unique thing that was R. Deadpool, of course, was rated R, but Deadpool made just under $800 million, which is, excellent for an R-rated movie, but that's kind of the thing. R-rated movies don't typically make more money than a really good PG-13 movie because you've X'd out that demographic, that younger, between 13 and 17 years old. So that's why I just don't, at the end of the day, could they make it? Sure, they could, but I don't think it's a wise financial move for them to make it. And I also don't think that it's necessary. And even in that beginning trailer, it's very creepy, but it's not like there's all kinds of blood flung everywhere that would make me think they're going in an R path. So, and I don't really know that we need F-bombs everywhere in a Batman movie necessarily. So that's kind of my thinking. So Natalie, now what do you think? What do you think about this?
Well, I totally understand where you're coming from a sales perspective. I think you're very right on that. And overall, yes, I do think, ideally it should be PG-13. The reason I said I'm in the middle is, I understand there are some rated R movies that, say, we watched growing up that weren't necessarily that bad, but maybe it was for the violence, or if this movie is how dark it's wanting to go with the serial killer, like we've discussed, that seems to be in it, how much they're wanting to show. But like you said, from a sales perspective, for, the little bit younger generation, it probably would be best all the way around just to maybe tone that down if that were their plans, to be more, like you said, more blood splatter and stuff like that. And we don't need the F-bomb, so
yeah, and I doubt we've
those.
never had a Batman, be rated R or anything because of sexual stuff. So I doubt that's going to be a part of it.
That doesn't even come into my mind as being part of it.
Like, that's not going to be a part of it. So I just don't really see that being.
Batman doesn't kiss and tell.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
He keeps that private.
It doesn't need. And here's another thing. People love the Joker comparison now, and that's kind of the mark. Joker was made in such a way that it doesn't even totally appeal to 13 and 14-year-olds.
Right.
Where this Batman's going to appeal to that age bracket, and you're going to want that age bracket to go to the movie multiple times. That's how you're going to make over $1 billion. So that's kind of my thinking.
Maybe they should hire you for some marketing.
They should hire Warner Brothers, DC.
She's available.
Yes, I am available. But
taking offers.
I am. And I just think, too, because had it come right after Joker, maybe they'd be more likely to go that. But they had this birds of prey situation in between. And we all know everyone, Warner's, Disney, everyone is struggling financially because of COVID. So do I think they want to take take a chance that's unnecessary? Probably not, realistically, as this comes closer. And again, the demographic. Batman is beloved by kids. So, maybe they do go darker to where it's not for kids 10 and under. But yet, that's still a huge bracket of kids that could go see a PG-13 movie that are going to want to see this movie. So that's kind of what I'm, just my thoughts again. So my answer to that is, no, I don't think it needs to be, nor do I really think it's going to be, if we're being realistic, because of the financials. And again, could it make $1 billion as an R-rated movie? Sure, it absolutely could. Joker proved that. But again, Joker is very different even from this Batman. This Batman still, it feels totally straight out of a comic book movie, where Joker feels more like a drama based in reality that wouldn't appeal to younger audiences as much.
Yeah.
So Natalie, where have you landed on this? She's not going to land, I don't think.
No, I am.
Okay.
I agree with you. I was just saying, seeing both sides of the aisle, if they wanted it to be a little darker and a little more bloodshed and all that, like, I understand them wanting to make it R for that purpose. But like you're saying, I think overall marketability and all, I don't know if that's a word, but
yeah, no, it is.
And all that, I think that it does make much more sense. And it's always been PG-13, has it not?
Well, and here's the thing.
Like you said, Joker is a totally different type of thing, more of a true to life type thing.
Yes, and here's the thing too. Batman is notoriously known for not killing people. So do I think, compare that to Deadpool, who has the swords and is slicing people. My point is Batman doesn't need a lot of bloodshed, and you can easily make a villain very creepy without having a lot of bloodshed either.
Let there be some mystery.
Yes, even think about back to Nolan's and Joker. The Joker was very intimidating and would have been frightening to little kids, but it was PG-13. My point is you can do a lot with PG-13 and then still get that demographic and maximize the income. So that is our thoughts on this question that's beginning to be spread around that I've seen on the internet of, will Batman be rated R? And that's kind of my answer. Maybe it will be. We'll wait and see what Warner's decides. But I'd be very, very shocked if Warner's makes this R-rated.
I would be surprised too.
I think it will be PG-13 for the reasons that I just gave you. But anyways, that is it for this episode of Force of Light Entertainment. We encourage you to join the conversation, and you can do that by commenting below. Tell us, do you think this will be rated R?
Do you have a preference?
Yes, do you have a preference? Which one would you prefer? Let us know below, and also give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and you can check out our full Batman, or the Batman trailer discussion after this video's over. So thank you for joining, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.